Hello, grade 9 special mathematics class. Let us continue our lesson on slopes and inclination. The next topic is about the slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. So we're going to describe the slope of these two lines, parallel and perpendicular. I think this is week 7. Week 7 ba? Yes, week 7 of our lesson in analytic geometry. So the milk for this topic solves problems involving the slope of parallel and perpendicular lines. And about the learning objectives, finds the slope of parallel and perpendicular lines, show that the given points are vertices of a right triangle, and show that the given points are vertices of a parallelogram or rectangle. So in our previous PowerPoint presentation on slopes, I have already discussed briefly the slopes of parallel lines. Diba? I've said in that PowerPoint presentation, in the previous presentation, that the slope of parallel lines are equal, while the slope of perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals of negative reciprocals of each other. Or in other words, the product of the slopes of perpendicular lines is equal to -1. In a coordinate plane, two non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. Any two vertical lines are parallel and any two horizontal lines are parallel. Example 1. Find the slope of each line. Is line A parallel to B? Okay, let's solve for the slope of line A. Rise over run 1/2, -1/2. How about slope of line B? Baliktad yata yung pagka-solve niya pero correct pa rin. Line A, okay, they are both negative, -1/2. So for line B, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, -2/4 or -1/2. Ganon din sa line A, 1/2, rise over run. So they are both equal to -1/2. So are they parallel? Yes. So they are parallel because they have the same slope, right? Another 2. Example number 2. Find the slope of each line. Is A parallel to B? Okay, you can know the answer by solving their slope. For line A, is it we have baliktad na naman yung pagka-solve niya. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4/8, still 1/2. Teka, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pala. I'm sorry. So for line, there should be line A eh. Baliktad. This is line B. This is line B. This is line A. Kasi nasa picture yan. So for line B, the slope is 2/6. 1, 2, rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2/6. Slope line A, 4/7. So are they equal? So they are not parallel because they do not have the same slopes. In example 1 also, this should be palitan lang natin, no? This is line B and this is line A. So for example number 1, they have equal same slope, so they are parallel. But in example 2, they do not have the same slope, so they are not parallel. Let's proceed to the slope of perpendicular lines. In a coordinate plane, two non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if the product of their slope is -1. Horizontal lines are perpendicular to vertical lines. Find the slope of each line. Is A perpendicular to B? Okay, we can know the answer by solving the slope. Line A, 1 pip. Okay. Let's check. The rise is 1, while the run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. 1 pips is the slope of line A. How about slope of line 2? I mean line B. Okay. -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/1. negative 6 over 1. So to determine if the slopes, if the slope lines are perpendicular, the products of the slope should be equal to negative 1. 1 pip times negative 6 over 1. Okay, they are not perpendicular. Seemingly, they are perpendicular, but if you try to solve their slopes, the product of their slope is not equal to negative 1, so they are not perpendicular. How about number 5? Find the slope of each line. Is A parallel to B? Perpendicular to B. Let's start with the slope of A. 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct, 2 pips is the slope of line A. How about slope of line B? Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all over 2. Correct. Negative 5 ups is the slope of line B. 2 pips is the slope of line A. Now to determine if they are perpendicular, let us multiply their slope. 2 pips times negative 5 ups. Is it equal to negative 1? Correct. So if their slope, if the product of their slope is negative 1, therefore they are perpendicular. So line A is perpendicular to line B. Next, determine if the ordered pairs for line AB and line XY are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So I repeat, pag parallel equals slope, pag perpendicular, the product of their slopes is negative 1. So let's solve number 5. For line AB, negative 7 over 4. For line XY, negative 7 over 4. Correct. So if they have the same slope, what can you say about number 5? Lines in number 5, they are parallel. How about in number 6? Slope of line AB is 5 minus 1 all over negative 3 minus 0. 4 over negative 3. Negative 4 thirds. That's the slope for line AB. How about the slope of line XY? Negative 7 plus 10 over 2 plus 2 is 3 over 4. 3 fourths. What's the product of their slopes? Negative 1, therefore they are perpendicular. Perpendicular lines. So it's your turn to draw the lines of number 5 and number 6 to show that they are parallel and perpendicular. Another set, number 7 are number 7 is line AB and line XY parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Also in number 8, let's solve the slope. For the slope of AB, number 7, 1 plus 9 over negative 2 minus 3, 10 over negative 5, negative 2. How about XY? 0 plus 1 over 1 minus 3, 1 over negative 1 half. Neither, they are not parallel or perpendicular because the slopes are not equal. At the same time, their product is not equal to negative 1. How about 8? For line AB, 15 minus 1 over 1 minus 8, 14 over negative 7, negative 2. For line XY, 6 plus 8 over negative 5 minus 2, 14 over okay, yes, negative 2. So they have the same slope, therefore they are parallel. So since positive 1 ang product ng slopes for number 7, neither yan. Steps for graphing parallel and perpendicular lines. Number 1, find the slope of a line that's given. Determine what slope to use for a new line, same or opposite reciprocal. Graph other ordered pair and use the correct slope. Example 3. Draw a line that is parallel to line A and passes through point Z. Yan. How will you do this? First, let us solve the slope of line A. Rise is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Run is 6, negative, because it's going to the left direction. Negative 2 thirds is the slope of line A. Now, let us draw a line that is parallel to this line A that passes through point A. So preferably here. I'm going to draw it like this. Here. So what will I do? So the new line, the slope is also negative 2 thirds. Yan. So mag-assign ka na ng ordered pairs that will make the two lines parallel. Number 6, draw a line that is perpendicular to line that passes through point A. Okay, this line perpendicular naman. Let us first know that the slope of line A, 1, rise is 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2. So 2 is the new line will have the new line will have a slope of -1/2 to make them perpendicular. And -1/2 is the negative reciprocal of 2. So, -1/2, mag-rise overrun ka na lang dyan. Okay? Yun. There you go. Wait. So, dito, saan mo nakuha yung point na yon? 2/3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Saan mo nakuha yung point na yon? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, rise is 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Pwede pa dyan sa point na yan. Dito naman, where did you get these points? Because the slope is -1/2, we have 1, 1, 2. 1 over 2. 1 over 2. Ganun. Next, grab the line that satisfies each condition. Passes through 1, 1, parallel to line L containing points 2, 4, and 5, 1. Okay, first let us plot the points 2, 4, and 5, 1. Whose slope is, okay, this is 2, 4, this is 5, 1. The slope is 1, 2, 3 all over 3, but it's -1. -1 is the slope. And then what are we going to do here? Grab the line that passes through 1, 1 here and parallel to this line. So, okay, since may word na parallel, they have the same slope, which is also equal to -1. Then, use rise over run to plot it. So, pag yung isang point nandito, 1, 1, yun. Then, yung ibang points, 1 over 1, 1 over 1, dito. So, that, yan. Ganon. So, they are parallel. About this, grab the line that satisfies this, the condition. It passes through -1, 5, but perpendicular to line L containing points 0, -2, and 6, 6. Okay, that's 0, -2, that's 6, 6. Connecting the two lines, they are, okay, connecting the 2 points form a line. Now, what is the slope? The rise is 6, the rise is 8, the run is 6, 4/3 the slope. Now, let us draw a line that passes through -1, 5 here and perpendicular to this point. Perpendicular meaning, so the new slope of the other one is -3/4. So, dito yung -1, 5. So, the other point will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Ito yung, dito na yung isang point. Yung, diba? Connecting the lines. Therefore, they are now perpendicular. About this, passes through 1, -2 parallel to line L containing points -2, 1, and 1, 5. First, plot the points -2, 1, and 1, 5. Get the slope, which is 2. Rise is 4. Run is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now, since they are parallel, they will have the same slope, which is 2. It passes through 1, -2. Nasaan ba ang 1, -2? Here. So, positive siya. 1, 2 over 1. Ito yung isa. Okay, so yung isa. 1, 2 over 1. Okay, connecting the points. Now, they are parallel. Meron pa isa, number 4. Passes through 4, 4 perpendicular to the line L containing points -4, 3, and 0, -3. Okay, that's 0, -3. That's -4, 3. Connecting the points to form a line. What is the slope of that line? -6 over 4 or -3/2. Okay, let us draw a line which is perpendicular to this line. So, the new line is 2/3. The negative reciprocal of -3/2. So, it passes through 4, 4. Therefore, the other points are here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 here. Yun. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yun naman yung isa. Connecting the points to form a straight line and they are now perpendicular. Let's have another set of problems. Find the slope of a line perpendicular to the line passing through the given points. First, we solve the slope, which is 7 over 5. 6 plus 1 over 3 plus 2. 7 over 5. Therefore, the slope of the perpendicular line is equal to -5 over 7, which is just the negative reciprocal of 7 over 5. Thank you. So, the slope of the perpendicular line is, the slope of the given line is 7 over 5. So what is the slope of the new perpendicular line? What is the slope of the line perpendicular to line AB? That is negative 5 over 7. Next. Ganun din yung question for letter B. What is the slope of CD? CD dapat ito. Okay, 3 minus 6 over 5 minus 3, negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 halves. So the slope of the perpendicular line is 2/3, the negative reciprocal of negative 3 halves. Okay. Number 2, the slope of the line perpendicular to the line passing through. Negative 2, negative 1 is x3 is negative 7 over 4. Find the value of x. Okay, we will use the slope of the line. Slope of the lines is there perpendicular, then we will get the negative reciprocal of negative 7/4, which is 4 over 7. Equate this to the slope of x3 and negative 2, 1. So we have 3 minus negative 1 over x minus negative 2. So the new equation here is 4 over 7 equals 3 plus 1 over x plus 2. So by cross multiplication, 4x times 4 times quantity x plus 2 is equal to 7 times 4. So we can now cancel 4 here, or we can distribute 4 to x plus 2, which is 4x plus 8 was 28. 28 minus 8 is 20. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So the value of x here, the x coordinate here is 5. So that the slope of this line is perpendicular. The slope of the line perpendicular to this given line is negative 7 over 4. Verify that each triangle with the given points as vertices is a right triangle, since the slope of one side is negative reciprocal of the slope of another side. So we have here the vertices of the right triangle: 4, negative 4, 4, 4, and 0, 0. So what are we going to do? Verify verify mo lang kung right triangle yan. How? By just solving the slope of their legs. We all know that in the right triangle, the slope of their legs is, it's perpendicular. Yes. The legs are perpendicular in the right triangle. So the slopes, the product of their slopes is negative 1. So the product of the slopes of the legs is negative 1. So let us first solve the slope of 3 sides. For the slope of line 1, undefined. Meaning kasi nakatayo yan. Straight line, vertical line. Slope of line 2 is 1. Slope of line 3 is negative 1. So since the product of 1 and negative 1 is negative 1, the two sides are perpendicular. Therefore, the triangle is a right triangle. Number 4, show that the following sets of points are vertices of a right triangle. Okay, let us first plot the points. For A, 1, 0, C, 3, 2, B, 4, negative 3. So, to verify that these are vertices of a right triangle, we need to know the slopes of AC and AB. And we must show that the slopes of their legs are the product of their slopes of their legs is equal to negative 1. So the slope of AC is 1, while the slope of AB is negative 1. So since the product of their product of their slopes of their legs is negative 1, therefore AB is perpendicular to AC, and therefore triangle ABC is a right triangle. It is a right triangle. Show that the following points are vertices of a parallelogram. Yan. For A, 3, 4, B, 5, 2, C, 9, 3, D, 7, 5. So plot it in a Cartesian plane. And after plotting, we all know that a parallelogram has two pairs of opposite sides parallel. So meaning to say, the slopes of AB and CD have equal slopes, and the slopes of AD and BC have equal slopes because they are parallel. We must show that. So as you can see here, AD has slope of 1/4, while BC has slope of 1/4. Equal slopes, so they are parallel. AB has slope of negative 1, while CD has slope of negative 1. At the same time, AB and CD are parallel, Therefore, it consists of two pairs of parallel sides. Okay. Therefore, ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, ganun lang. So, for your activity, answer last in analytic geometry, task 1, 5, 8, 10, answer, summative test. So, that ends our lesson on slope of perpendicular lines and parallel lines. So, see you next time. Our next lesson will be angles between two lines. So, goodbye. See you next time. Stay safe. God bless.